Good evening, folks, and welcome to the War Party Paranormal Radio Show, where we will discuss all things paranormal. Hear firsthand eyewitness accounts from fellow team members and special guests. Now, for lead investigator and your host, Eric Vanderlaan, and co-host, Michael Del Toro.
What's up, my paranormal people? You know, I used to hate Mondays until I started doing the show, and now I can't wait. I'm excited the whole day. Work sucks though, but because it takes forever, because I just want the day to be over so I can start doing the show. But I'm Eric. I'm your host of the War Party Paranormal Radio Show and team leader of War Party Paranormal Research, and I got my good buddy over here.
What's going on, guys? My name is Mike Del Toro. With War Party, obviously. I'm a tech specialist and the case manager, and we got a really awesome show for you guys tonight, and we also have a special announcement for you midway through the show, so you're going to want to stick around for that. And Eric's going to tell you what we're getting into.
That's right. We got a really good show for you tonight. It's one of our, all our places are favorites, but it's right up there, and we've been going here for quite a while, and it's the old Davie Schoolhouse Museum in Davie, Florida. It's if you guys know where the Hard Rock Casino is in Fort Lauderdale, it's just down the street from it. It's an awesome location. It's full of great history. It was the first school built out on the edge of the Everglades, and it's super active. We were there doing an event, and our events are just doing a real investigation with our guests. So we were there last Friday night. So we got some great evidence to show you. But the other person that we have here, we do. And the other person that we have is the awesome education director. I'm sorry, I was going to say school director of the Old Davie Schoolhouse, Kim Wisemantle. I hope I said that right.
Yeah, and, she's a wealth of knowledge. That's for sure.
Yep, and it's awesome because I don't know if she was freaking out the first time she saw me, and I was like, hey, you want to do ghost hunting events here? But she's loving it. So we always like to give a good show, and I think we do, and everyone has a great time. So I'm not going to waste any more time, and I got a little intro about the Old Davie Schoolhouse that I'm going to share with you guys. And here we go.
Soap baking class up in the auditorium, and then she went, I opened this door, and she goes,
really?
Yeah, and she walks up and she's like, tell me but don't tell me, but totally tell me, is that room haunted?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, I try not to scare them.
Sure.
No, well, I can't go in there. I'm not going in there anymore. There's something in there. I feel it. I'm not doing well.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, we'll check this place.
Yeah, we definitely go that one. And I hear they go in the bathrooms a lot.
Yeah, bathrooms are usually, for some reason, always a hot spot as well.
That's an awesome building. Even the architecture is really cool. I love that place.
Very, very good job on the intro, man. I was like, dude, that was sick.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I try my best. I'm trying to catch up to you.
Yeah.
So we're not going to waste any more time because we got a whole lot of evidence to show. And some pretty cool stuff, stuff that happened last Friday night, and some of our best evidence that we caught throughout the years that we've been investigating there. And we also have 2 of our team members here, and we'll discuss that. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to bring Kim on, educational director of the old Davie Schoolhouse. Hey, Kim.
Hey. Hi, Kim.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. And thank you for letting us do events at your place.
Well,
and
that was awesome. I loved your video. So
oh, thank you. I'll send it to you.
So, thank you. Yeah. So yeah. Since you've been coming, like when I first started at the school, people would be like, "Oh, have you heard the voices in the school?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" So since I started, I've always wanted to do the ghost investigations, and so when you just walked in that day, it was perfect timing.
Well, it's funny because like you guys were having like a Halloween event, but it was like your Halloween events are themes of movies. So this one was Paranormal Activity, I believe.
No, we don't do anything with movies. But
well,
we do. Is it haunted? So we just make it dark. Like we just close all the black out all the windows, and you get to go through at night. And so we kind of space it out so you're not in there with a lot of people, and it's kind of people's first experience with paranormal things. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought I had a theme. So anyway, when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's a ghost hunting event. Interesting. And that's right down the street from me. So I'm going to go check it out. And it was a Halloween event. And you know, Marie and Earl, they're on our team. They're the older couple. Marie does the table tipping at the events. Well, they were with me, and they just happened to be there because the same thing that I saw. And we happened to see each other there. And I'm like, I got to talk to them about ghost hunting events. And then I was talking to someone. They were like, gave me like this weird look, and they were like, this isn't a good time to talk. So I came back, and I'm so happy that we do these great events, and
yes, a lot of fun.
Great cause for the museum. Spread out the word on how we can help people with any paranormal problems they may have. So thank you very much for that.
And real quick, guys, like we have some other shows also on some of the other buildings that are on the campus. Tonight we're going to be focusing on the schoolhouse, but they also have the Veely house and the Walsh house that are there, and we investigate all 3. So if you come out, you get to see the multiple locations. Like I said, tonight we're kind of focusing on the school. And Kim, how long have you been with this museum here?
At the school, I've been there for about 9 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Spent a good amount of time there now.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, it's and what we do is like when we do the events, Kim kind of gets up and talks a little bit about the history of the place. And it's always awesome to have her there, because sometimes if we'll get some evidence or we'll get an EVP or something, we can kind of be like, hey, Kim, is there any significance to this with the history? You know, so it's really neat to have you there and you know, with the wealth of knowledge that you have and kind of talking about the different things and when you get involved, and that's really cool for us to see as well. Like we actually do, you know, we're starting basically digging into a new experiment that we're doing, the Delco experiment, which is a cross between the Estes and the Gansfeld experiment. And you were like, let me try. Let's hop in there. Let me check it out. So we actually have a clip of that we're going to play. And then maybe if you want to just talk about it briefly afterwards and tell us your experience about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let me look for it. Oh, here we go. Let's go.
You like him?
No.
No? Why not?
Sorry.
So you see Kim here all the time. Do you have a message for her?
Blue?
You're blue?
Thought so.
Why are you blue? Are you sad? Is that what you mean?
People are.
What about the people? Tell me about the people.
Cameras.
Yes, cameras.
Cold.
You're cold? Tell us more about what it's like. How do you feel?
Sorry.
Why are you sorry? What are you sorry about?
Not you. Door.
REM pod's going off in the back corner. There's nobody by. tripwire just went off again.
Where are you?
I'm right here. I'm in the classroom. Can you tell us what this is? Take your time. We'll put it right here. No?
Huh?
Too much?
It's really weird. I kept getting very cold on my hand. It's just like I would have, if I had my hands on it, I would have thought you were walking back and forth here. And
No.
Like, it's like over a period of time.
Yeah, no.
Really, so I can't, this is,
So you felt like somebody touched
it's
something.
very cold. Like somebody is doing, like,
Yeah,
somebody's
that
like,
was
it was cold. Yeah, and I mean, there's just like, there's the AC over there. But
That's all.
it was very
No, she got,
distinctly
that's what it
like
feels like
that.
if you got touched.
Okay.
That was really cool. What'd you think?
Okay. So I picked up even something more in the beginning when you asked, do you have a message for Kim? And my response was blue. This is really weird, but we've been working out in the Walsh house. And when I'm in the houses, I like to just talk, if somebody's there listening, they get to know me. And have been trying to figure out like an authentic paint color for one of the rooms. And I've been between a blue and a green. And the first answer was, do you have a message for Kim? And I said blue. So maybe they were helping.
There you go.
Yeah,
Because all that day, my friend and I working there, we were like, just tell us tonight what color to paint this room because it has been such a
Really?
thing. So anyway, yeah. And so that's just funny for that to be the first.
Wow. So you're going to
answer.
paint it blue?
So, I don't know. I
You
think
have to.
green.
Do a
We'll see what we
blue-green.
can do. We'll see. I know.
Bluish green,
We'll see what
aqua.
we can do.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Makes
But no, and it really was a really strange experience because at the end, I was talking about moving. I'm sitting in the chair and I know the building and I know like the floors are old, but I would have felt like you were pacing around the table, like constantly moving, even moving heavy things around. And you could see in the video when I asked you after, you said you moved maybe like twice, but it was pacing the whole time. I could feel a vibration it was very weird. And then the hand, it was like a very cold sensation, like a directed, like not.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
It
Like
was-
different, you get touched or you see things. It's really weird. It happened to me.
So
But,
I would try that again. I think I didn't know what to expect going in for the first time, but now I'm like, okay, a little bit more comfortable.
And it's a different perspective, right? When you're watching yourself on video doing it than actual doing it. You're like,
oh yeah.
holy
Yeah. 'Cause
crap.
I would have thought we didn't talk at all.
You have no idea of the questions that I'm answering, or you can't see anything.
Can't hear anything.
So you're just repeating whatever you hear coming through the spirit box.
Absolutely.
So watch that. I even, I'll go back and watch different times where I've done it too. And it's amazing to get to see it from the other perspective.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Kim, could you tell the people that are watching and listening a little bit about the history about the old Davie School?
Yes. Yeah. So it is the oldest existing school building on its original location in Broward County. So there were schools that were built before, but they're either no longer standing or they were moved. So we are on the same spot they put it in 1918, which is pretty special in South Florida to have something that old. When they built it in 1918, the architect, his name was August Geiger. Like you mentioned, it has this beautiful architecture. It has a keyhole entrance is what it's called. And August Geiger, he had a Mediterranean, a Moorish style that you'll see a lot in like Palm Beach County, and was really popular in the 1920s. And he was one of the first architects to bring that down this way. When it first opened, there were 90 students. So it was a busy building, and there were only 3 teachers. They had a hard time because we were so far out west, because there wasn't reliable transportation. People were still traveling by boat on the canal at that time. There were some rock roads, but not what we have today. And then there wasn't anywhere for these teachers to live. A lot of the times they had a hard time placing them. They'd live with families or at the general store in a room. So they only had 3 teachers for 90 students. Eventually, one of the teachers who was assigned there lived upstairs in the school for a little while. So he had an apartment on one side of the auditorium, which was a community space. So, and the building was for the whole community too. It wasn't just for the school. They would have club meetings. They held elections there. The first mayor of Davie was elected upstairs in 1925. And so it was used for all kinds of different things through its lifetime. And then it was a school all the way till 1980. So you have this incredible span of time of generations coming in and out. I know of at least 3 generations.
You
Grandma,
see all the pictures on the wall.
that went to the school. And then it became school board offices, and then there was consideration to tear it down and turn it into a bus depot, which would have been horrible to lose such a beautiful site.
Definitely.
Yeah. And but thankfully people in the community got together. They had it protected, and so we are listed on the National Register.
Nice.
And so knock on wood, we're protected for a while, but it's never been abandoned. It's been used every day, in some capacity since it was built. So it's there's been a lot of activity there. And
the school board, the blackboard in the room that we're in is original too, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. It's a slate board. And actually they kind of forgot that was there for a while. They used it for some amount of time. I don't know exactly when they covered it, but they put a newer chalkboard over it and kind of forgot it was back there. And then they, during the restoration, they were trying to bring it back to the way it looked in 1918, took down the chalkboard and found the slate board behind it. And there was some of the writing on there is some of the original writing too.
Oh, wow.
There's a list of the kids' names in one of the rooms. And so it's a 4 classroom building. It's, it was pretty fancy for the time. It had more than the one that you hear like Little House on the Prairie. This is 20th century.
Yeah.
This is modern time.
And it's funny. It's like, a lot of people, when they think paranormal, they think of, spooky and scary and sinister, but it's totally different here. It's more playful. It's more like childlike,
Right. That's what I'm thankful that as far as I know, it's good energy is attached to the school. Like it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
I don't know what's hiding underneath the school, but it's.
Right.
And that was one of the first buildings to have like actual indoor plumbing, right?
Yes. Yeah. Very, very high tech for the time. So whereas the kids at their homes would be using outhouses, they could come to the school and the bathroom was inside. So
nice. Pretty
special stuff.
Yeah. Right. They were probably like had to turn some people away. Right. But, there's history that goes even way back before the school. I mean, Native Americans like surrounded that whole area there.
The area it was mostly underwater, but there was a series of islands that had higher land before the canals were dug.
Right.
And so it's kind of like an east-west stretch from about where Treetops Park is out west to Long Key Nature Center. And they find things all the time. And actually there's probably even more that was disturbed by people just digging and not.
And there was a couple of floods there as well, right?
Oh yes. Yeah. I mean, it's Everglades, it's always going to flood. Yeah.
Yep. And it's funny because I found a map that has archaeological sites like all over like areas, and I focused in on Davie, and it's right what you talked about. There's like red dots, like lots of them, like all over the place. And we have the old Davie Schoolhouse that we get activity. There was a bar across the street. I don't know. I think it was called like Beverage Barn or something like that. It was torn down. That place got activity. And then we're doing an event. We just started doing events at the Warthog Saloon, which is right down the street from you. And they get activity. It used to be a former jail, courthouse, police station. Yep, in Cooper City. Stay tuned. There's a show coming for that. And then if you keep going, like Treetops Park, that's where the Seminoles hit out during the Seminole Indian War. And then you go further out there and there's like Tequesta. So it's crazy.
Yeah. And that goes back 5,000 years. Like even they're not even, I don't even actually know before that even, I'm sure. But and they're still finding things. They're getting ready to do a lot of road work in that area. And it's going to take them a long time because they're going to come across those archaeological finds that they have to stop everything.
And, I mean, so we're going to have Ernesto on here, and we've like done burial mounds like in Weston and like out west, and we get like crazy activity. It's really weird. But speaking of the old Davie Schoolhouse, we talk about how it's like very playful energy, very good. I think it's just people remembering like the most special times in their lives, and it goes back to that place. But they like to interact with kids, and they like to interact with toys. So we're going to show another Delco experiment we did with Marie's granddaughter, Juliana. She's 11, and she wanted to do it. So, and she had a pretty interesting one as well. and I'll play that one. Here we
Yeah,
go.
this was wild.
Oh, go ahead.
No, that's all.
All right, let it roll.
Kids, I will be back.
You will be back. Where are you going?
Don't leave. Come on, you said you
Kill?
kill. What is that supposed to mean? You gotta explain yourself. I don't
Can you tell her what this is?
know. 8.
No, okay. Close. What's the next one?
8.
Nope. Try again.
8. That's weird.
No, 6.
3.
3. I pulled 3 cards. Is that what you're talking about? Probably not.
Dollars?
What was that?
Dollars.
Dollars. Were you a betting man?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Toys.
There's toys. Yeah, there's a bunch of toys here. There's a little bear here. There's some toys here for you.
God. Something in Spanish. Vaya. People.
People, yeah, there's some people you're watching.
Now.
What's your favorite color?
Idiot.
That's not very nice.
So yeah.
Why did you call me that?
Ready to get out of there? Yeah. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Was that power you kept saying?
I heard power.
Power. Power.
That was very cool. She had no fear. She's very brave.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what's funny is you said cameras, and then she said toys, and you know we had cameras set up all over, and then we had that bear and different equipment on the thing. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, definitely wild. And it was funny. We did an interview with her, and she was telling about her experiences. So I'm going to play that next. And here we go.
And this is Juliana. And we just did the Delco experiment. And I just want to ask you, like, first of all, how old are you?
11.
11. And you've been investigating with your grandma. She's part of our team, Marie. And you've been investigating with your grandma and stuff and everything. You saw us do the Delco experiment. You wanted to try it. What did you think about it? Tell the folks.
I thought it was really cool. It was like letting me know, like something was there, like trying to communicate with me.
You felt that?
Yes.
And with the red goggles on and stuff, did you see anything, or did you feel anything that way, or anything visual? Or anything?
I did feel that there was a presence around me. It
Wow.
was like I felt cool, like cool air.
Like it got a little cold. And there's no AC on in this room or anything like that at all. Do you remember anything that you were saying?
Yes, I do. At the beginning, it had said, deadline, I'm scared, and then power.
You said power a couple times.
Yeah.
And then you also said a number a few times. You said the number 8 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
So that was pretty wild. And how did you feel like once you took the equipment off?
I felt like it was going to be like there. I felt like there was going to be something there.
Really?
Yeah.
And did it feel pleasant?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it was like it wasn't anything that you weren't afraid at any time.
No.
And like during it, you actually like smiled and laughed a couple of times.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the Delco experiment? Tell the folks.
It's really cool.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we thank you, and you know, we appreciate you, and that was really neat. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Juliana is watching now, and I don't know if Marie's watching, but I'm sure she's a proud grandma. But Juliana, you did an awesome job.
Heck yeah.
We're gonna have to nominate you as junior investigator to our team.
Oh yeah,
for sure, right?
Yeah, she was great.
Yep. So let's not waste any time, and we'll go through our evidence that we've caught from. We got more evidence from Friday night and some from the past. Kim, you can stay as long as you want.
All right. Well, I did want to say, like with the kids, I would. My son is 4 now, but I've been bringing him since he was like 6 weeks old with me to work, and I was doing something in the exhibits, and I'd laid out a blanket just to lay him down on. He was maybe like 5 months, 6 months, and he just was chilling. And all of a sudden, he's having a full conversation, babbling with somebody, and like a talk and response almost. Like he would babble, and he'd get quiet, and he'd look around, he'd follow something, and babble. So I always say he knows what's going on there too.
wow.
So we'll bring him by one of these days.
Heck yeah.
Maybe in his 5.
Yeah, definitely. He may get hooked to it as well. But we're going to bring the rest of our team members, and tonight we have the pleasure of having Fran and Ernesto.
Hello.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Sorry
What's
to
up,
keep you waiting
everybody?
for so long.
What's up,
Lots to
Mikey?
cover.
What's up, my man?
How's it going?
Ernesto hasn't been here in a while.
It's been a while, man. I've been on the road.
Yeah.
I haven't been ghost hunting since Old Davie Schoolhouse the other night, and I had a blast, man. It was really, really fun.
By the way, this is the guy that writes the music that we use except for tonight, and there's a reason for that. But writes all the music for the videos that we put on here, Modern Mimes. So
We keep getting copyright flagged.
Yeah.
Check them out.
By the way, I guess the copyrights are just doing their job correctly, you know?
Yeah, no, that's
You're a
good for you.
rock star.
You know that they're doing the right thing.
For
Right
sure. Definitely. So what we're gonna do next is, Ernesto, tell me, like, you've been in the school a few times. Tell me like some of your like first experiences there.
Well, actually, it's funny. I think it was my second time there, and I spent a lot of time in the Walsh House this time around. And man, I could go on all night about the things that we experienced there. I know this is more this particular episode is more dedicated to the school and whatnot, but if I can have just a few seconds to talk about that Walsh House, man. I mean, Joe and I were there, and as you guys know, a lot of you people watching know that Joe's sensitive.
Going to be another show.
You know, he should have been on tonight because he had a lot of things going on. Apparently, at one point, he felt somebody choking him, like softly, I guess. Yeah, we got in contact with somebody named Margaret, and then we actually got in touch with somebody named Oliver, who specifically on the EVP says, "This isn't Margaret, this is Oliver." And I wanted to ask him if if that name kind of rings a bell with anything, because it was a very dominant name that we got. It was very clear. So
It doesn't particularly, but I don't know a lot about the families that lived in between the Walsh and the Osterhout's, the first and last families to live there. But so it could have been somebody. There was a lot of snowbirds, people who were only there for a season too, but maybe they were connected. Also in that house, we have a lot of the donated items. We have that room in the back. I call it visible storage, where it's just everything. Yeah. And so that's been donated from all over as well. So it could be something with that.
And that's what I like about that place. There's so much stuff. And when you go in there and you look around, it just feels like a lot of
kind of
something that could be connected to some of the items, right?
Yeah.
Could be. Like stored energy.
Do we have that clip of when Ernesto and I were in the school?
Yeah, let's play that one. So
let's play that, and we could talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So to set the setting for this video, I guess this used to be a classroom, but this is the museum room of Florida and the Seminoles. So I'm gonna play that one. And where is it? Here we go.
I said yes, I do, didn't I? Yes, I do. Yes, I was.
What was that? It was something
there.
Why don't we go to separate parts of the room?
Okay.
And see if we can.
See what we catch. We'll just count it down.
Pretty
Dude, that
cool,
alligator is the freakiest part of that school.
Right? I was gonna say that gator though.
That gator. That was a good time, man. That room in particular was very active. That REM pod kept
Always
going
has
off.
a weird vibe.
Yeah, definitely weird.
Yeah, someone saw an apparition in there in one of our events one time.
Really?
Yeah, of a lady.
That's cool.
So,
Which we've gotten a lady before. We've had a medium come through, and I was giving her a tour. She didn't even tell me she was a medium until the end. As we're walking out, she's like, "So like I could feel presence or spirits." She's like, "And there's been a woman watching us from the stairs the entire time." I'm like, "Okay, thank you."
So, Fran, this was like your first time really investigating the school.
Yes.
Tell me what your thoughts are, what you felt, and what you experienced.
Well, the first time I even like stepped into the school was like the first time I ever went to the old Davie schoolhouse, and that was during February, I think. I investigated more of the Veely during that time, but even when I first stepped in, I just felt like there's like, I mean, not only it's so active and there's so much going on, but I just felt like there's just something mysterious to it in a weird way, and I just always like felt like I wanted to investigate more of it. So the second time around, which was just this past Friday, I got to investigate more of the school. And that was really cool with the Delco experiment, just some of the responses that were coming out. I was just kind of curious to see, it seems like they're mostly kids interacting, and maybe that's why you felt like the vibrations and all these interactions. And you see Mike's device, remind me again, the wire with the lights.
Tripwire.
There we go, tripwire, like my brain. Sorry, it's Monday. I'm still like out of it. But the tripwire was going off, and it's just like things like that. So I could kind of see like it was more like kid-like friendly spirit energy. But then there's some responses that like, I wonder if it was like a teacher or if it was an adult presence that were kind of like starting getting aggressive. I think it was with Kim's friend at the, I think Alex was her name, right? That some responses, like it was
been foul mouth a couple times.
Yeah, like calling him the B word, like, hey, who's this? Like, so I'm wondering, is this like a teacher that's upset that, maybe these kids are just like interacting, or like that was the vibe I was getting. It was just like a more like, yeah, like a friendly kid, just like spirit, like just kind of like everywhere. It was just like everywhere at once, and it was just kind of cool. I liked it. It was fun. Yeah, I definitely like the energy and everything surrounding the schoolhouse. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, guys, we actually have a special announcement.
Yeah, we do.
Guys.
Oh yeah, very excited about this one.
Me too. And Eric, do you have it ready to play there? We're gonna play a little something for you, then we're gonna tell you about it. Because it's going to take me a minute to find it. So
let's see.
I found it. All right. You guys ready?
I see it. Go ahead. Let it roll. What's up, my paranormal peeps? I'm Eric Vanderlaan, and I'm the host of War Party Paranormal Radio, and also the team leader of War Party Paranormal Research. And we got an exciting announcement to let you guys know tonight, and it involves stuff like this, and my co-host is going to tell you all about it.
What's up, guys? I'm Mike Del Coro with War Party, obviously. We are a technical team, and we always have people ask us, where can we get equipment like this? Well, you can get it from the ghosthunterstore.com. We got a nice little sponsorship worked out with them. We're going to be doing some giveaways, so stay tuned. Very, very cool, and go check them out at theghosthunterstore.com.
Peace.
Very cool.
Yep.
Cool.
So, guys, we actually worked out a little sponsorship with them, and we figured that instead of us taking any of the proceeds or anything like that, what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're going to give it to you guys. So, starting next month, anybody that's subscribed to us on our YouTube and they comment the Ghost Hunter store, you're going to be entered into a chance to win a $50 promo code towards buying any of the equipment they have. They're a one-stop shop. They don't only have paranormal equipment. They have metaphysical stuff, religious items. I mean, they have more gear there than any other store out there. And I want to say that they probably have the biggest selection. They've been in business 22 years, and the owners are investigators themselves, and they've been doing it for 35 years. And he's also a demonologist. So,
I heard they have a sage spray.
They have, I know that. That's
someone else does.
Good old Franny sprayed me down with
yes.
I'm allergic to it. I don't know if I'm.
Or Mike was like, "Stop!" I could even hear him. He's like, "I'm possessed. I swear."
Anything you can think of, they have it. They're like the biggest store. They're like the Toys R Us or the Paranormal.
They're huge. Check them out, man. If you haven't before, I have them scrolling across the ticker on the bottom, the Ghost Hunter store. Loads of stuff. So, gonna be a lot more to come. And next month, like I said, if you subscribe and you comment on any of our shows and you just put the Ghost Hunter store, you're going to be entered into a chance to win $50
little contest
promo code.
Nice.
All right, let's do it.
How much is it?
$50.
How much?
$50.
Okay, so make sure. $50 make you holla. I just had to say that. Anyway. All right, so where were we? Real quick, since we're at the halfway mark and we made the special announcement, special thanks to all our listeners, our watchers, everyone in the chat. We appreciate every one of you. So I always want to give a shout out to you guys. We're just trying to make this show bigger and better and entertaining for you guys. So we're going to keep bringing it every week. Is that right,
Awesome.
Mike?
Heck yeah.
All right. So where should we lead to next? So let's talk about Friday night. So how many Delco experiments did we do? Did we do like 4 experiments? 4 different people?
Wow.
Maybe 5?
Yeah.
No, it was like 5, right?
I did it. Kim did it. Then we had Juliana do it. And then we had Alex do it. And then we had a Randito, a gentleman that came to the event.
He didn't say anything well. We were getting EVPs while he was sitting there, be quiet.
And then was there one more? I don't remember, but at least 5 or 6.
All right. So we were talking. So we had the last well, he wasn't the last, second to last, but he wasn't saying much. But so since he was sitting there being quiet, I mean, why not do an EVP session? So that's what Mike and I did. And this is what we got. Not only EVPs, but
wait, the guy didn't say anything?
He never said nothing.
No.
During his Delco?
Yeah. And we can hear it faintly, like stuff coming out of the headphones.
Like I heard words come through the headphones because it was so loud. I don't know.
So anyway, so we were doing an EVP session, so I'm going to roll this video. You're going to be leaving soon. This is going to be your last chance to communicate with us. What do you have to say? You like that ball? What about the one by the chalkboard? I heard that too. What did it say?
Oh, wow. Does he know that he's supposed to like verbally say what he did? He didn't say one word.
Alright, you know, we're doing this experiment here. You can see if you're talking to this box, or you talk to that box. Tell us who you are. You're going to be leaving soon. It's going to be your last chance to communicate with us. What do you have to say?
That was you saying, Captain.
Like that ball?
Yes.
Go back real quick.
It said, you said, do you like that ball?
I thought I said I did.
Do you like that ball? Yes. There it is again.
That's weird.
Hold on. Look, I didn't even set it off putting that down.
Yeah.
That was good.
Right? And it was
Homie
weird.
didn't even move.
He was
He didn't
excited.
move.
No, he just sat there.
Imagine he just
out.
He probably was. It was just like I can't imagine. I've never done it before, but I can imagine like, yeah. That's crazy.
I don't know what was going on with him, but at least we got things going on all
Maybe he was
around
taking
him.
a nap.
He probably was.
Yeah.
The red light's probably really relaxing in your face.
You zone out into it.
And,
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
And Mike, I got that. I found that EVP. I do. Like, we didn't hear that the first time.
Yeah, no, we didn't hear it.
That was
when we
pretty
were-
clear.
Yeah, you did say it though. You said, I thought I heard I do, but we didn't hear it when we were there. Really, I didn't.
Yeah, but that was pretty cool. And the cool thing about it, it was toying with me. I would like have my camera, and in the corner of my eye, I see the tripwire go off. So I go to turn to get it on camera, and then the tripwire goes off. It doesn't like turns off, and then the ball goes off. Like I would turn.
Yeah,
different
like any
directions,
direction,
I
like
couldn't
you
see
look
it.
if something was
Like,
going
pointing
on
with
in
me.
the opposite direction.
Yeah, really weird.
I mean, I know we caught the tripwire going off a bunch, but obviously,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we investigated Friday night and then the show's Monday, so we still have a lot more evidence there. But just we can
Well,
only
the
do so much.
tripwire
you
was
know?
going
Yeah.
off nonstop. I mean, we had it laid on the desk like you saw there. We had it on the chalkboard when Juliana was doing the Delco, and I believe like did the bear go off as well?
Yeah.
I think the bear went off
The bear was
too.
going off in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, in the back.
In the back. And then the REM pod too in the back. I don't know if it's just because it was close to the wall, but I don't think so because at times it just was quiet. So it went off in the back too where the bear was at.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's definitely playful energy. They're
Yeah.
like messing with you.
Yeah, I felt
but
that a lot.
It's pretty
Like,
funny.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, Mike.
No,
Oh,
I was
I
just
thought you
going
were
to
gonna
say
say something.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so now in that same room, we also got some negative stuff, and I don't know how negative it is. I had to bleep it out, but for FCC regulations, I don't want to get in trouble.
I remember this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna play this one, and this one was sort of
funny to me.
actually funny. Here we go. I'm like so excited about it too.
Me too.
Wrong one. Got you all excited for nothing. Here we go.
Nothing. So Eric and I are over here doing a live investigation. We had about 15 people in this room.
Just cleared the room.
And we cleared the room.
That's what I got.
The fuck out. Clear as day.
Damn.
I don't know where we're gonna go.
Hey, Beans, it's the other one.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes. No offense, no harm meant. We're good. And if y'all wanna leave, come find me. I send you home. I'm leaving. Y'all wanna leave, find me. I can take you home. I'm leaving.
Okay. It said, get the F out. Seriously, listen. I'm not lying. Listen. Hear that?
Absolutely.
Listen. All right.
First they give us the middle finger, and then they tell us to get back.
So you guys gonna get the F out?
No offense.
That's classic.
Chanel, Bill's probably gonna have to bleep that part out, right? Sorry about that. Anyway, that was like amazing. Like that's the first time I ever cleared out a room.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I was laughing. That was pretty funny.
Yep, definitely. So, yeah, I think for me that that one classroom is probably like the most active, but we've gotten like evidence even upstairs. We think there's a little boy like playing in the attic. We had like a bunch of toys like cat balls, K2 meters, the bear, REM pods, and they would go off and things like that. I didn't have that video, but we were filming with Univision, and I don't know why, but whenever we're filming with the Univision, we're always getting good evidence. Maybe like the ghost likes the spotlight on the camera. Who knows? But I mean, we got a little boy that's up there that's 11 years old, likes to play with the toys. We've gotten a boy in the classroom. I don't know. This is like 3 years ago. Kim was there. Zap was doing the portal session, and we got a boy named Jack that was 15. So, Kim, tell me okay, we've been doing this for a while, and even like maybe before that, like, what's your what sticks out of all the experience you've had there when it comes to the paranormal? Like, what sticks out?
To me, it's when I get multiple reports of the same thing. So, in front of the mural room, which is a room without the alligator, the other room next to it, I had 3 separate incidences within like 2 weeks of people telling me there's something there. There's a presence in that room. Mm-hmm. And one was a volunteer who is there all of the time. And
she had her dress pulled, right?
I'm sorry?
Someone pulled on.
Oh yeah, no, she's seen a lot. You should talk to Miss Diana. She's got a lot of stories too.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys picked up without me telling you the same spot. And then that weekend, a woman was like, "Is this place haunted?" I'm like, "Yeah, maybe, we got things." And she's like, "Because I'm just feeling something," and it was the same spot. And then with the boy upstairs, that has come across 4 or 5 separate times. Different groups telling me that that's what they pick up, and independently, like mediums who come in who say there's a boy. One was like the girlfriend of one of our interns who was just visiting. He was just showing her around, and he said that she felt that there was a boy, and that he held her hand until she walked out of the school. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why there would be, I don't know the connection, but and then when we did, not at this one, but at the previous investigation with Marie with the pendulum, we were asking questions and getting answers from somebody. It seemed it was a girl who felt like she was in trouble, like she was going to get in trouble with her parents, and because she went swimming without permission. And so I want to connect it with something that so we asked, did you go, we asked, why are you, or something, you're in trouble because you didn't follow the rules. And I said, did you go swimming in the canal? And it said, yes. Like, were you allowed to go swimming in the canal? And it said, no.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, well, there's a lot of unfortunate drownings in the canal.
Yeah.
She probably, maybe drowned in the canal, was not supposed to be in the water, and still is trapped for that reason, that she doesn't want to cross because she doesn't want to get in trouble.
Afraid, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember the first event we went there, we did at the old Davie Schoolhouse. We actually took people out to the bridge where the canal is and tried to see if we can get evidence, and we've never done it since. We definitely have to look into that, going back to that bridge and see if we get anything.
It was they just rebuilt it, so it was closed for a long time. So now you can.
Now we always talk about because we do a lot of events, right? And we go to these locations many times, and we feel, and tell me what you think, like the more we go there, like the more incredible evidence we get. the more communication we get. And, you know, spirits are pretty much people too. I mean, they were people. And I feel like we're building relationships or getting to know us. And that's the reason why we get such incredible evidence. Because like when Mike and I went to Waverly Hills, the first thing I thought of was like, I want to compare it to some of the places that we've been to. And I've never been to Waverly Hills. And we got some good activity, but nothing like what we get at these places here. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's definitely beyond, because when you keep coming in and asking every time, like, are you a boy? Are you a girl? Did you go to school here? I think once you've established that relationship there, that understand, and you start asking more questions, they seem to answer back to those. So I think it's once nobody likes to be asked the same questions every day. So.
Oh yeah, no, we just talk to them like
absolutely.
They're like I would talk to you, like, you know,
exactly.
Like
that's I think once you get that familiarity with the place, that you're more
definitely, and it's
get more activity.
And it's amazing, like, you know, because there's two other historical buildings, the Veely House and the Walsh House, and they're extremely active, like we were saying earlier. We had a show on the Veely House. And it's just weird. I don't know. Maybe it's the energy surrounding that area that makes everything else there active. But like, what always sticks out in my mind as my most memorable experience is the Veely House. Because I'm going to talk about the whole museum. It would have to be the Veely House in the attic. That one time we were communicating with Paul Hammer, and we could verify that he played a clarinet and with French horn in the army, right? We got his last name on the obelisk hammer. We got him saying Paul doing EVP sessions, and it's just very cool, like how I can have the education director by my side during an investigation. So like if I get anything that could relate to the history, you could tell me that. And
and that's, like I said, I like to just tie it together. And if I don't know, I'll look up newspapers.com and see if I can find like a connection between Davie and a name, or Davie or a last name or something. And that's with the canal, where I think I think it was one of the Salvinos was one of the first families, but the eldest daughter drowned in the canal. So we were like, is your name Rose? And it said yes. So it's like,
oh wow.
Yeah. And then you'd
so you can make the connection.
Yeah, we were doing EVP session, and you were asking Paul Hammer, what instrument did you play? And he said the clarinet. And boom, I mean the French horn. And then boom, you whip out a picture of him in the army holding a French horn. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. We talked to him again on Friday too, and I asked, "What's your mother's name?" And I heard it clear as day.
Right, and we even like have evidence that these same spirits can move to these different locations on the property. And pretty much at the same time.
Well, I feel like he's a very protective spirit. Like he's very...
Yeah, he's probably the most dominant.
And he's sort of a smart ass too, like in a jokingly way.
He was a very quiet guy, I'm told, in his...
Oh, really?
But from the family. But
because I remember when I was away at an event, and Joe and Mike were up in the attic, and they were asking about me, that I wasn't there, and the answer was, "Who's that?" Like, sort of like
a smart aleck, Ernesto, actually, one of the few times that you got your name called was in that attic, right? Because your name's not the easiest to say on the EV if you don't have vocal cords. So that was pretty wild.
I got my name called twice this past Friday in the Walsh House, believe it or not.
Really?
Another episode about that.
Yeah, we are. We're going to do one on that house upcoming, for sure.
It's definitely a really cool place. And going back to what we were saying about getting familiar, like, you know, the spirits getting familiar with us. It's funny because I agree, but to an extent, because there's always those spirits that will tell us to get the F out and yell at us and scream at us, you know. And it's and they've been like that from like the beginning since I've been going there, and it's kind of funny. But yeah, it's funny because I do sense children's presence there, so I'd have to spend a little more time in the upstairs because that's where I guess the little boy is. I'd like to like experience that and see, you know, if I can talk to him or see what, you know, the deal is with that.
Yeah, next time we go, we got to focus up there a little bit more. We don't really spend a whole lot of time up there because when we do our events, like we have a projector up there and a seats and everything, and everybody sits down, and that's kind of where we do our beginning spiel, and then we all go downstairs and kind of investigate. But we always kind of forget to go back up there and investigate that area. I would love to do that. Franny, what would you say because that was your first time to the school, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Time out. We got to do a compliance memo. I just got a compliance memo that we have to let everyone know. So we got to follow the rules. That our broadcast on the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network is going to stop, and they're going to continue to the next show. Those of you that are watching there and want to continue watching here, you can watch the War Party Paranormal Radio Show on our YouTube, War Party Paranormal YouTube channel, and Facebook. So I just want to let them know. And also for you people watching this show, check out the KGRA network because they have some amazing shows from paranormal to cryptids to UFOs to spirituality, everything you can imagine. And they got some big names. Mike, can you name a few of the names that are on that?
Yeah. Bishop John Long is on there too. He's been in the field for a long time. He's a bishop, and he's been part of
regular Ghost Hunters.
Yeah, he's actually been on Ghost Adventures, and he's been part of many exorcisms and all kinds of stuff. Very knowledgeable guy. Plus, you got MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network. So those guys are on there. They're big. They've been around a long time. So definitely be awesome to go check them out. Check out it's www.kgradb digital, the DBs for digital broadcasting.com, and you can see all kinds of the different shows and everything they got to offer.
Yep, definitely. So hate to interrupt, but Fran, tell me, out of the whole museum, like I know you've been there a few times, what was your memorable experience? It doesn't have to just be the school, it could be the Bealey, the Walsh.
I mean, so far, I wish I could spend more time at the Walsh. And I did a little bit with the guys towards the end. Scotty was like, hey, go to the two houses and try to tell everybody you got 20 minutes to wrap it up. So I went to, the first time I was there, I went to the Bealey house. So what's cool about the Bealey house, I guess you could say, is just, sorry for me to like jump off topic here, but there's just so much going on at that place. But the Bealey house, right? It's like the Bealey house was cool because it's like now that's super memorable for me because that was the first time my name ever gets called out. My name's so long, and it's like I felt like it's just hard for spirits to kind of like use their energy to say my name, for instance. But that was really cool that the spirit box said Franny a couple of times. I think JP was there too. So that was cool about that house. Pretty active. The schoolhouse was really cool this time, so I got to spend more time with it. And like I said, I feel like it's very active in a way that there's just so much going on with these like kids. I feel like they're like everywhere, even though it's just like you would think that anyways because it's a school. So I get that, but it's just, I don't know. It's one of those things you have to like be there to experience, like we all have, and I think that's cool about that. It's just so much going on, and like Ernesto said, I wish I could spend more time upstairs on the second floor. I did a little bit the first time I was there to do some EVPs. I just was drawn to go upstairs, and in particular that attic where that closet's at. So I remember the two closets there, and that's where I try to close myself. Because I heard people downstairs like, let me close myself in these in these closets real quick. And I tried doing some EVPs, and I did got like I felt like it wasn't a kid. I felt like it was a male for some reason. I felt like I got a male EVP voice. I didn't make out what he was saying because I was using, I think, like Tim's DR60 before I got mine at the time. And that was cool. So I wish I could spend more time on the second floor. And definitely on my bucket list would be more the Walsh house. I did some EVPs with the guys towards the end. That's when Scotty told me to kick them out in 20 minutes. Okay. And I got distracted. I'm like, guys, it was funny because I was walking upstairs and I could have sworn they were upstairs. That was cool about the Walsh house, actually. I was like tricked to think that they were upstairs, especially where that like other half that's not connected with the house, from what I've heard. It's like, what was it? Like the bridal suite. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I felt like they were there for some reason. Like I kept looking in the rooms. And I was like, guys, I know they're there. I'm like, hello. Like I was trying to tell them. And I'm like, wait, I'm probably interrupting their sessions or whatever they're doing. But I just kind of went upstairs thinking that they were up there because I could have heard them, or I swore I heard them upstairs. Right. And I did see them. And then finally I like found them at the end towards like the kitchen. And I thought that was kind of weird because I could have sworn I heard them on the second floor, not even the first floor.
Well, we were
So-
hearing stuff. We were hearing stuff all night upstairs.
Yeah.
I thought there were people up there the entire time, but there was nobody
Oh,
there.
wow.
Because they were quiet too, but I could have sworn like I heard them upstairs. That's why like I went upstairs. Like I remember I checked like the left hand side. Didn't even think about checking the right hand side. That's where they were at. And I just like went upstairs. I'm like, you guys, hello. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but we got 20 minutes left, just to let you know. And I found them, and it was cool because it was like kind of active already. So I just was drawn like, hey, we're gonna do some EVP sessions, and I'm like, just got my DR60. I'm like, yeah, let's do it real quick. But we got a couple minutes left, so then we got distracted, and that was kind of cool. We were hearing things and like footsteps and stuff, so that'd be cool to talk about the Walsh House next.
Plus, you got your name called out the first time at the Veely House.
Yeah, that was cool. So I've always remembered like
cool.
Old Davie, like everywhere. Yeah, for that. I think that was cool. Yeah.
What's also really wild is that these 3 buildings, the school is at the actual location where it originally was, but the 2 houses were just down the way a little bit, and they were moved to this location, and they were
sort of like Yesteryear Village, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you know, they weren't, I guess, like Kim actually showed us in like the slideshow in the beginning, like you could see an aerial shot of like the 3 buildings, and you know, and then they were moved here and rescued from being torn down and whatnot. So they were, you know, saved for historical purposes. And so they all, you know, there's a connection there between the 3 houses, or I should say the 3 structures, because back in the day when they were, you know, being used, there was probably, I think the Betty Walsh that lived in the Walsh house was a teacher.
Poster house, yeah.
Yeah.
The last family to live there, yeah. But the Walsh, Charles Walsh, he like accepted the school on behalf of the town, so he was very involved in the school as well. And Betty Ostrout was a teacher. And then so there's always been a tie between.
Yeah, I can never say that last name properly. So
yeah, that's why I stick to Walsh. I don't want to rip it apart.
Walsh is easier.
But Mike, you know, one thing I didn't talk about. So you're the creator of the Delco experiment, and last Friday night was your first time doing it as being the subject. So tell everyone, like, you being the inventor of it, what did you experience? And it was weird because we didn't get much stuff that correlated to the questions we were answering. I mean, asking. I don't know. Maybe they just think Mike's a big old tough guy and they don't want to like respond.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird, but it definitely was exciting to be able to do the experiment with multiple different people on the same night, and then look at, and I want to further analyze the footage and see, and you know, it's definitely possible that the person or the subject is a big part of the communication, right? So Kim got a lot of corresponding stuff. She wasn't in it very long. And then we also had a lot.
You warmed it up because you were first.
Yeah, but I'm very closed off, you know.
Yeah,
and I don't like, you know what I mean. Like
I try to open you up sometimes.
Yeah, Joe gets like some of the most amazing responses because I feel that he is sensitive and he is open to it a little bit more. But it definitely matters, I feel, that on the subject. And then, like, you know, when we had Juliana in there, being that she's 11 years old, she's in a school, she was
never had a youngin' do it.
Yeah, and she was just ripping stuff off, you know. And I think that it has a lot to do with it. But yeah, it was definitely cool doing it, you know, because I was always the transmitter, I would say. You know, I was always the guy talking and asking the questions and doing the thing. So it was definitely neat. And I don't know if you guys seen, I did a little giveaway where I gave out a pair of my custom goggles, and I sent them out to the Unknown Paranormal in Canada. God, the shipping was expensive. But they actually just did a public event, and they had people trying it as well, and they had some kids doing it as well, and some of their responses they got were remarkable. So
I saw that. That was good.
It was cool, right?
Yeah.
So it's very cool to see. That was kind of the whole purpose of me doing the giveaway, was to get it out there and kind of see, you know, just here they are, do it, and I want to see if anything collaborates kind of like to what the way that we do it, you know. And they were getting a lot of really good responses. So definitely. I'm trying to figure out a way that I could produce these a little bit faster and get them out to other teams and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I appreciate everybody's support, and yeah, it's definitely working out. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
All right. So one thing before we go to our next clip, and I want to see if everyone votes right. So everyone here is been connected to the school. So starting with Fran, which part of the school, like which room, which floor, do you think is the most active?
I mean, I wish I could have spent more time on the 2nd floor. I would think definitely when I first even stepped foot into school, which was not last Friday, it was, in February. I definitely think the 2nd floor. There's something about that corner room where the attic's at, not just because there's an attic there, but there's something about that little corner space. I remember I was like drawn to it. I was like waiting for the event. I'm like, man, I really want to spend more time at the school. Like I remember I said that when I went to the Veely house. Not that the Veely house wasn't cool. That was definitely very active and awesome. But I was like, man, I really wanted to spend time at the school. So that little room in particular, like that's what drew me. Where everybody's like talking downstairs, I'm like, I'm gonna go over myself real quick.
Yeah,
so I just kind of, I was drawn. I don't know why, but I would say that room. I wish I could have spent more time the second time going, and definitely maybe I'll check that out the third time.
I just want to chime in real quick because Ernesto obviously is a musician, and when we were up there, he was kind of like looking like, oh, look at your PA system, and kind of like nerding out on the tech there, and he was like peeking in there, and I'm wondering if that might have something to do with it as well, because you have a lot of equipment there that's putting off EMF. It's takes up it's a high voltage system, and AC current, which is alternating current, which puts out a lot of EMF, and that could also feed, supposedly in theory, feed the energy that's there. So maybe that's another reason why in that corner you get more activity than you would in some of the other parts of the room. Just kind of throwing that out there.
Definitely. But that wasn't the place I was going to pick. But I'm gonna have Kim go next since she spent the most time.
No, I would say the auditorium upstairs.
Okay.
Is that's where I don't know. I feel like that was the most community space, so there would be a lot more of like diversity of experiences that could be attached.
And a
there.
family lived there. It was like an apartment. Part of it was like an apartment.
Yeah, one of the teachers and his two kids lived upstairs for
Okay.
probably at least a year. I'm trying to kind of pinpoint that, but we'll be downstairs and we'll hear a door slam upstairs, and I will try to like science it and go see what door can slam on its own, and there is not a door that can slam on its own. We've figured it has to be some sort of something is moving it, and it's always upstairs. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ernie.
Oh, and you'll be downstairs and hear walking too. That's the other thing.
Oh wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Senor Ernie, tell me, out of the whole school, what do you think? What areas are most active?
I don't know, man. I think can I pick something that's not the school?
No, it has to be the school.
It's gotta be the school.
And probably just the one place that I spent the most time in, which is where me and Mike were with that freaky alligator.
Okay.
14.5 feet.
Yeah.
All right.
I would say that room.
That gator, though.
My man, Mike. You tell me which one.
I don't know if it is.
We've had some special moments in the room that I'm going to pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have to say that the whole school is extremely active, but I spent more time in that one classroom in the back where we were filming most of the stuff, most of the clips were from. So I'm going to have to say that room, but I have got some amazing EVPs all throughout.
Yep. Same here with me. But yeah, I'm going to go with that classroom that we were investigating last Friday night. So the last clip is going to be from that classroom. But this was like several years ago when we were with Univision and we filmed a story with them. So I got a little clip from that. It's a little Spanglish, but you'll understand what's going on.
What's on? But it has to be a
Where was that?
Yeah, was that? Yeah.
Is that's right?
That's right.
That's right.
Listen.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Say it in Spanish.
Exactamente.
Es correcto.
¿Es correcto? Dale otra vez. That's right. Es correcto.
That's correct, though.
Yep. See, that was the only time I had a chance to correct Kiki, because she's always correcting me on my Spanish when I'm practicing my lines for the show. Eric, your Spanish is horrible. But I don't know. What can you do? Ernesto likes my Spanish, so
love it. I love it.
Matters.
Very comedic. I'm gonna use the Spanish with my ringtone.
Yeah, definitely. So we got some late listeners here. And Mike, can you make that special announcement, like re-announce it? Let everyone know.
For sure. So we
wait, I'll play the video. So those of you that came late, check this out, because especially if you're a paranormal investigator, you're going to benefit from this. And this is for you guys. So check this out. And if I can find it, there it is. What's up, my paranormal peeps? I'm Eric Vanderlaan, and I'm the host of War Party Paranormal Radio, and also the team leader of War Party Paranormal Research. And we got an exciting announcement to let you guys know tonight, and it involves stuff like this, and my co-host is going to tell you all about it.
What's up, guys? I'm Mike Delcoro with War Party, obviously. We are a technical team, and we always have people ask us, where can we get equipment like this? Well, you can get it from the ghosthunterstore.com. We got a nice little sponsorship worked out with them. We're going to be doing some giveaways, so stay tuned. Very, very cool, and go check them out at theghosthunterstore.com. Peace.
Very, very cool.
Right down there, you can find them, the website.
So
Mike,
no,
tell them what's going on with this.
Dave, the owner of and his wife are investigators. They've been investigating for 35 years. They've been in business with the Ghost Hunter store for 22 years. He's also a demonologist, so they're investigators themselves. And they have one of the biggest selections out there by far. They're one of the first stores to sell paranormal investigation equipment, and they're your one-stop shop. They don't only have gear. They actually also have metaphysical items and religious items. They have all kinds of stuff. It's an awesome store. And you know that paranormal tripwire that we use? I got it from there. And I actually, before we started talking about doing the sponsorship and everything, I reached out to them. I was like, hey, do you have a tracking number? You know, because I ordered it. He emailed me right back on Instagram. Messaged me right back on Instagram and was like, yeah, no problem. It says it should be delivered tomorrow. Like, they're awesome. They're really hands-on. They got great customer service, and they have a ton of equipment. And it's one of the only places you can get that paranormal tripwire. So check them out, theghosthunterstore.com.
Okay, and also follow them too. You can follow them on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, and I forgot to say what we're going to be doing with the sponsor, because of the fact that what we're going to do is we're going to give that to you guys. We're not going to keep the proceeds. Anything that we get, we're going to give it to you guys. So what we're going to be doing is starting next month, for any subscribers to our YouTube channel and that comment, the Ghost Hunter store in the comments are going to be entered in to win a $50 promotion towards any of their equipment in the store. So we're going to be starting that next month, and yeah, it's going to be awesome. Why not?
Yeah. So yeah, any type of paranormal equipment, don't get it from anyone else but the ghost hunting store. They'll take care of you. Excellent customer service, a great variety of equipment. So don't forget that. And follow them on Instagram and Facebook. So we're going to get ready to close this out. Mike, any last words before we have everyone plug themselves?
No, I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you for the engagement that we get, and we really appreciate you. And no, definitely thank you guys for all the support.
Yep, we appreciate you and love all you guys for sure. It's amazing the engagement that we get from you guys. So we're loving it, and we're loving you guys. So we're going to close it out, and we will start with Kim. Tell them how they can find the Old Davie Schoolhouse.
Yes. So you can find our website. It's olddavieschool.org. And then on all of the social medias, we're at Old Davie School. And so we like to post some of the findings that you guys have. So we keep that updated and anything that we come across too. So we have I love Halloween, and I don't like to wait till October. So we celebrate Summerween. So we have that coming up at the end of July where we decorate it all spooky already. And we carve watermelons.
Why
so
not? That's awesome. That's cool.
So
all right. And thanks for coming on. And maybe we'll have to bring you on for a future show too.
I want to talk about the Walsh House because that's the one where I got some stories.
Okay, you'll be on that one for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
Mhm.
And Ernie,
What up?
where can they find you?
modernmimes.com. That's modernmimes.com. No, seriously. modernmimes.com.
But seriously.
For those watching, if you like rock and metal and scary style music, go check it out. We're on Instagram, we're on YouTube. And yeah.
When's your next tour?
My next tour is in September. Sorry, I can't go ghost hunting anymore, but I will be back, and we will go
Where
back
are you going?
to the Schoolhouse. Everywhere, man. Literally.
What time are you
everywhere.
coming back?
I will be back. I'll be back for Halloween, actually.
Okay, just in time.
If there's some stuff going on around then, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. And also, I was going to ask you one more thing, but I forgot. So we'll skip that.
You're not going to ask me.
Okay. And where can they find you, Fran?
So you can find me on YouTube, Supernatural I, and then Instagram, Supernatural_I. Also, stay tuned for Supernatural Season 2, where you're going to find all my parafam on there. And also check these guys out. You got my interviewer, Mike, over there. And then you got Eric here, which is my editor. And then you got Ernesto here that's going to be playing those sick tunes. You're going to be hearing a lot about Modern Mimes on Season 2. So check it all out.
Yep. We're one big family. We help all.
Heck yes.
We help everybody. So
that's where you can find me.
goal.
Yeah.
Senior Mike.
What's up, guys? You can find my personal content. The easiest way to find it is if you go to my website, FLA paranormalresearcher.com. And if you're interested in the Delco experiment, what it's all about and everything, I got a blog post there and my YouTube as well. Definitely check it out. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Tumblr, you name it. All the social media platforms, I'm there. So come check me out. I appreciate your support. And don't forget www.warpartyparanormal.com.
And also our new sponsor.
Absolutely.
Ghost hunting store.
Ghost Hunter store.
Ghost Hunter store. Ghost Hunter. So, and another important thing I want to talk about to everyone that's listening, if you haven't subscribed to the War Party YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. It helps us, get more content out there. It helps the team. So, if you're loving the show, please subscribe to us. And tell all your friends about it and tell them to subscribe as well. And for War Party, you can not only, as you know, you can find them on YouTube, but you can also find them on Instagram and Facebook. And also my personal stuff, which is under Ghost Hunter in South Florida. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And what else? Did I get everything, Mike?
I think you got it.
Real quick, for you local people, our next ghost hunting event is going to be at the very haunted Gold Coast Railroad Museum, August 27th. So
love that place.
Google them, get your tickets. It's going to sell out. It's super.
I'll be here for that for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that one I'm going to make it through.
That one I'm going to.
Okay.
That place is awesome.
For that.
Love that place.
Yeah, that place is one of my favorites.
I think that might be my favorite.
Yeah, me too. I was just going to say that one too.
Yeah, it's
Old Davie's getting up there. I'm not going to lie, but yeah.
We actually already did an episode on it, but we might have to have a
round two.
Round two.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just so much. Yeah, that place as well.
Definitely.
All right, guys. Well, we thank you.
Take
And
us home.
Kim, again, thank you for coming on. We appreciate
Kim.
you. And thank you for
Thank you,
everybody that
guys.
watched.
Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.